Cooking poached eggs can be a little bit tricky because the egg whites and the yolk sit at different rates. But don't worry, after numerous tests, I found just the right method to yield restaurant quality results. I like to use cold fresh eggs because the egg white in the egg yolk holds its shape better during cooking. The egg is composed of the yolk that's in the center, and then there's an albumin protein that surrounds the outside of it. There's this thicker layer that you'll see right here, and then there's this really thin and watery section. As the egg ages, it starts to break down the egg white and create more of this watery substance. That's going to give you that wispy appearance when you add the eggs into the poaching liquid. It's really easy to check the freshness of your eggs. All you have to do is look at the side of the carton. You'll notice two numbers, a sell-by date, which is 30 days from which it's been packed, and a pack date or Julian date. It's a 3-digit code starting at 001, which indicates January 1st, or 365, which is December 31st. When you're shopping, look for the highest number to indicate the freshest eggs. The trick to restaurant quality results, you know, that perfect oval shaped egg with the nice smooth clean surface, is to strain it through a fine mesh sieve. I have a 3-inch strainer here. Make sure that the pores are small. If they're too big, all of that egg white is just gonna fall through. I'll leave a link to the tool in the description of the video. Now make sure you just crack the egg on the side. Let this sit undisturbed for about 4 to 5 minutes, or if you want to speed up the process, just swirl the egg for about 30 to 60 seconds. This is going to push that thin egg white through on the side and the bottom of the sieve so it comes out a little quicker. I like to swirl and then let gravity do its work for a few seconds in between. You don't want to leave the egg in the strainer for more than 5 minutes, otherwise you'll start to pull that thicker albumin protein through as well, and we want to keep that attached to the egg yolk. Now transfer the egg to a ramekin, and this is going to make it a lot easier to add to the poaching liquid. And as you can see, you have a good amount of that thinner egg white that's left behind. You'll lose about 15 to 25% of the volume of the egg, but at least you won't have those wispies left in the pot. In a medium-sized pot, add 2 quarts or 8 cups of water. It should reach about 2 to 3 inches high. Heat over medium-high heat. Once the water reaches barely a simmer with just a few bubbles breaking the surface, reduce the heat to medium-low. To create a more tender and flavorful poached egg, I'm going to use 2 ingredients. A light-colored vinegar, which is also going to speed up the cook time because it makes the eggs coagulate a little bit quicker, and some salt, which is going to season that water so it has a nice briny taste. But the two together prevents the proteins that unravel from combining too tightly together so that the egg is a little bit more soft and tender instead of rubbery. Add 4 teaspoons vinegar and 1.5 teaspoons salt. Stir to dissolve. Hold the water at a temperature between 180 to 190 degrees, adjusting the heat as needed, and quickly slide the egg into the simmering water. Immediately start to slowly stir the water at the edges of the pot in a clockwise motion for about 10 seconds. Let the egg sit undisturbed until the whites are set, about 3 to 5 minutes. For the vortexing method, quickly swirl the edges of the water until a vortex forms in the center of the pot. Add the egg into the middle, then let it sit undisturbed until the egg white firms up, about 3 to 5 minutes. Use a slotted spoon to remove the egg. Transfer to a plate lined with paper towel and blot the bottom to remove excess water. If desired, trim any ragged edges with a small knife or scissors to get more of an oval shape. If you're in a hurry in the morning and just want to make a quick breakfast, I'm going to show you a very simple method. Just fill your pot of water to 2 to 3 inches, heat it to 180 to 190 degrees just below simmering. Then you're going to crack a whole egg into a ramekin, no straining, and then you're just going to add it right into the pot and then stir for 10 seconds. Quickly slide the egg into the simmering water. immediately starting to slowly stir the water at the edges of the pot in a clockwise motion for 10 seconds. Let the egg sit undisturbed until the whites are set, about 3 to 5 minutes. To cook a batch of eggs, strain each egg into their own individual bowl. One by one, quickly slide the egg into the simmering water. Do not stir. Add each consecutive egg into its own spot in the pot and allow them to sit until the egg whites firm up, about 3 to 5 minutes. Use a slotted spoon to remove each egg, then transfer to a plate lined with paper towel and blot the bottom to remove excess water. If you're making a large batch and you're wanting to keep the eggs warm, place it into a water bath. This is set at about 120 to 140 degrees. Anything higher and the yolks will start to set. So just place them into the water bath for about 20 minutes max while you're making the next batch of eggs. For meal prep, you can transfer the eggs into an ice water bath for a few minutes to stop the cooking process. Then transfer them into a container filled with cold water and store in the refrigerator for a few days. To reheat refrigerated poached eggs, boil a pot of water, then turn the heat off. Add the eggs until they're warm, about 30 to 60 seconds. Now that you have the poached eggs, you can add it to an Eggs Benedict, on top of a salad, or in a hot bowl of ramen, but I like to put it on some avocado toast. So to build that, I have some pieces of crusty bread, spread it with a little bit of cream cheese on each side, and then some thinly sliced avocado, and just fan the avocado slices out. I like to put some everything bagel seasoning on top. It's got sesame seeds, garlic salt, and then place your warm poached eggs on top. Ooh, this looks really good. And then just top with a little bit more salt to bring out that savory flavor of the egg, and pepper. I hope you enjoyed learning the science behind poached eggs, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It means a lot when you do. And if you're looking for more breakfast recipes, check out my cinnamon rolls right here. I love making it on the weekends. See you in the next video. Oh, time to dig in.